Hello, GMAN Division 5A. I am your recapper, Hargrim, and with me, as usual, I have Nugget. Say hi to the people, Nugget.
Hi there, PG Tips. Hello, 5A.
Right, so we're gonna just go on with the regular old schedule that we have basically every week. We're gonna start off with looking at last week's results, taking a look at the teams, taking a look at next week's matches, then a quick look at the leaderboard, and finally do the tipping comp, which I did at a very, just before recording this. So, let's just dig right in, starting off with the Blessed Ones against the Amazing Strippers, Hippie versus Ramhard.
Yes, the real question here, I think, is definitely, did Hippie get another niggled or permanent war dancer? It doesn't appear so.
Whew!
That's a win. That's a big win for Hippie if that's the case. No, not a surprising result probably, based on the kind of teams that are playing. Hippie's kind of broken team, and then the Chaos just trying to get themselves a bit of development and a bit of levels going on.
He did manage to pick up a nice MVP on Abaddon the Despoiler, managing, getting a level, so I imagine we'll see what that is in a minute.
Yes, probably Mighty Blow on Ramhard.
Yeah, probably.
Not block.
Or sure
yeah.
hands.
Yeah, or any relevant skill. But no, not too bad going. Armor breaks and stuff, you know what I mean? Also a bit of fouling going on from both coaches.
Yeah, I mean, it's bound to happen when you're Chaos Chosen looking at a Wood Elf on the floor and it's like, ooh, hoof.
Yeah. Free kick is always nice.
Yeah, always. So, I mean, well done, Ramhard, for picking up that result, and come again, Hippie, I would say.
Well done, Hippie, as well, for not having stuff.
Well, yeah. Next up, big result, the Deadpols versus the Kleptocrats. First off...
Bear OP.
Yeah. I have to say, it is the bear that's given Razzle all the wins.
Well, I think since he's got the bear, he's won by 3 touchdowns in every match.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's about... Yeah. It's just typical Kislev.
Also, if you look at that SPP haul from the Kislev as well.
Ooh, mama!
Yeah.
That's a lot. Holy crap, that's a lot of SPP.
27 if you include the MVP, which is pretty nice to see.
Whoa.
I don't know what's happened to the Deadpols. For the team that they've got, they seem to just not be finding their rhythm, considering the Mighty Blow Wolves and such. But hopefully, Demir Nickel is able to turn it around again soon and start wrecking lives.
This was the one where this matchup, I really hoped that some Kislev players would die. But I guess I was wrong. Wait a minute, the Deadpols had 4 casualties sustained. And the Kleptocrats only 1.
Yeah.
My God. In the immortal words of Artemis Black, it's a Dyson. At least that's what it seems like.
I never knew Artemis was... I'm not even going to finish that. I never knew Artemis was from Yorkshire.
Oh, I hope to fuck not. Anyways, Full Metal Alchemist versus Hat Tricks. So we've got Metal against Berserk. Yeah, I think this is more your ballpark, Nugget.
Yeah. Chorf's doing their thing. Very, very nice result for the Chorfs.
Yeah, I mean, not much more really to say about that. Picking up a nice MVP on the Reza Hawkeye socket. 1 SPP away. It's just a quick and easy vanity pass, but we'll get into that later. Picking up a nice level on the Bull Centaur as well.
Yeah. No, definitely so.
Yeah. Next up, our favourite boy Hummersep versus Witches Be Trippin', Crow Dogs Dark Elves. The basing Zons going unpunished again and being able to base everything and still win.
Yeah, the base motif of these Amazons is definitely beginning to pay out well. Hummersep, of course, the favourite child until the last week, when which he will bottle it all to our great joy. But so far, really getting on well, and it's a nice big result for the Amazons as well. Still taking advantage of all their blodge compared to very few tackle at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's just early development Amazons against most teams that isn't dwarfs or chorfs. It's just, oh, hey, look, we can basically just run around and be annoying because we're Amazons. So, yeah. I mean, well done, Homosep. You're still our favorite child because you still won. So, keep it up. Next up, Fecal Fantasy versus Dorflectric Mayhem. So, Zinj against Chubstep. Chubstep. Okay, I was watching part of this match, and to be honest, Chubstep just couldn't get anything to work. It's just nothing was working whatsoever.
Yeah.
Does manage to pick up a cheeky little MVP on the Troll Slayer who gets a level. So we'll tune in and see what that is. But come again, Chubstep. This is basically just the first season Dwarf experience. It's just trying to grind out SPP and hope for the best against most teams, and then there are other teams that are like, oh, this is going to be easy. And quite often it's really hard to play Dwarfs. In the first season.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. It's really not. Dwarfs are OP at low team value. It's hard to play Nurgle the first season.
to me as well, playing Dwarves in...
You and Chubstep being dwarf people don't get away with that lie, right?
He doesn't understand, Chubstep. He doesn't. Hang in there. Just don't go and cry in the corner yet.
Let's get to Ambitonique.
Yeah. A nice little 1-1 for Pyro TJ, who's had a bit of a rough start to the season. Brave Ratata picking up a nice MVP, but Setek stealing it.
God, I hope it's Claw.
Yes.
Metal's coming up soon. I hope that's Claw.
Claw to just destroy Metal's team.
Yes.
However, kind of sucks that Setek picked up the MVP for Pyro.
Yeah, it's a rough one to take. It's kind of 5 SPP gone running that Pyro could really do with.
Yeah, absolutely.
A good result nonetheless. And then finally, we've got the Delicacies of Doom against the Serpents of Anoruk.
So Raver's picking up another win, as he just does.
And that plus strength witch picking up a cheeky new level as well.
I do believe he said it was block, but we'll check that out in a minute.
We will see. We will see, yes.
Yeah, we will. So, without further ado, let's look at the first team. The Full Metal Alchemist. Or just Alchemist. Still confusing. What's happened here? Nothing. Other than an injured skeleton.
Yeah.
That's... Okay, that's it. Well done.
Right, tackle, yep. Throw closer to leveling. Vanity Pass Metal. Get the pentagram out and level up Rizza. Hawkeye Socket with some Vanity Pass.
Don't forget Marrow Ross as well. He's 1 SPP away. Just a cheeky little Vanity Pass with him as well.
Exactly. We expect to see 2 passes completed next game, Metal.
Yeah. But, I mean, he did it in the first match, so why not just do it again? Yeah.
We'll see.
that's...
Up next, our favourite child, Hummersep. Hummersep rolling more stats than the rest of the division combined at this stage with a movement 8 catcher.
Hey. Well, that's going to be a one-turner.
You really wouldn't have thought this team got smashed about from Zinj week 1, would you know?
No, you really wouldn't be able to tell. Because Jesus Christ, has this team been able to draw back from that utter defeat.
Yeah.
But I mean...
looking really nice now.
Yeah. Brickwaller 1 SPP away from a level. Just chuck in that Vanity Pass. Jamie, the line woman, chuck as well.
Yep.
Just bring out the pentagram.
You got to get your women and they've got to toss it about. That's all you've got to do, Hummersep, right? Just get them, you know what I mean, hands on the balls and do a bit of the tossing. Even if they want to toss between each other or share the tossing, it's definitely an option.
For any one of you listening here, please send help. I need a psychologist because of this.
Well, speaking of psychologist, I'm sure everybody will want to see one with Zinj not having bought his 3rd reroll.
Come on, Zinj. We've talked about this. You have to pick up that 3rd reroll. You have 190k.
He's going to do it this week.
No, just in spite, he'll buy another fucking rotter and then just not buy the reroll.
No, he's going to buy the 3rd reroll.
We hope. Fingers crossed. Seriously, buy that 3rd reroll. Buy it. But I mean, there's not really much else to to talk about for Singe's team. It still has the amount of block that it had before. Still, has a guard beast now. I think is new.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
New guard beast picked that up. Now starting to get a bit of utility on the rotors.
Yeah,
But yeah,
as you kind of want.
we'll look forward to seeing that third reroll next week.
We will indeed. We will indeed, Singe. And if not, you'll get a severe scolding from your parents, which is, for some reason, Nugget and I.
Yeah. Up next, Pyro and his struggling Kemri team have now picked up they've improved possibly with a minus Agi on a Blitzer.
Yeah,
That came back from last week.
Yeah.
It's just going to encourage him less to dodge, so that's probably a benefit.
I am seeing a Tomb Guardian that is 1 SPP away from a level.
Just Pyro's just still trying to recover also from those early weeks.
Yeah.
I think this season's definitely just came in a major case of let's try and develop as much as we can till the end of the season and pray nothing else dies.
It really is just that. It's just a question about how well Pyro can recover now and how well he can develop his team for the rest of the season before potentially taking them into next season, or if he decides to reroll.
Yeah, will be interesting to see. Hopefully he sticks with them. You know what I mean? Second season Kemri are probably a lot more fun than first season.
Yeah, absolutely. Despite them going through Greenhorn.
Yep. Fillet of Fear on Gajice's team showing that they do have a real fear of actually playing games. So minus movement picked up after 2 matches having been bought is not what you like to see.
This really isn't Gajice's season. It just really isn't. At least Pate of the Patriarchy is 1 vanity pass away from a level. And Frittata of Freezon picking up the cheeky dodge. I mean, Gajice, this is just really hard at this point in time. You are playing Pro Elves in a very bashy division. And even against some of the Elves, it's just rough. But then again, this is the Pro Elf experience. At least my experience of playing Pro Elves. Just hang in there, Gajice. Try and see if you can't get as much out of this season as possible. Because you really can't do much with what you've been served already.
Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah. Up next, Ravers' Serpents of Inneruk. Speaking of elves. He did pick up block on the Anaconda, the Strength 4 Witch, and picked up a second Witch as well.
No, definitely a nice wee addition to the team. Team value starting to really tick up to 1660 now.
With quite a lack of skills as well for the team value.
So here's the big thing about the Witch taking block. So obviously you do look at the Witch and you think, well, it's wrestle or block. And I understand why you've taken block, because it's scary giving a Witch wrestle that's strength 4. However, strength 4, leap, wrestle is going to pretty much win you any ball.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But no, definitely. So it's a team. Nice Mighty Blow now on Boomslang as well. So Boomslang's pretty much your designated blitzer during games now, just to try and get up to tackle and such as quickly as possible.
Designated killer.
Yes. Some nice guard there as well. You know what I mean? I've noticed he's picked up a couple of block on the linemen now. I don't know if the whole wrestle guard thing has been the cause of that. But I'm a big fan of block earlier and then wrestle, you know what I mean, later on the kind of the team development and such. But no, it's a nice looking team. It's an expensive team for what it is as well, though. Three doubles and a strength up. It is what you need, though. I mean, apart from Black Mamba, once you get her some block, that's a team that just takes care of itself completely.
I mean, this team has, after this Witch Elf and the Mighty Blow Blitzer and the Guard Blitzer and the Guard Wrestle lineman, this team has a potential to become incredibly dangerous later on. Yeah. Despite its quite high team value. So just, you're doing well, Ravers. Just keep up the work that you've been doing.
Yes. Yeah. Up next, Ambi Tanique.
Our second favourite little boy. or at least.
He's got claw palm. He's got claw palm.
Well, that's not. Yeah, and he has a tackle palmer.
That
Well,
doesn't matter. He's got claw palm. He's going for metal. Um, Ratakate's still alive. That's what we like to see. Me and Ambi, I've told Ambi Tanique that I have hacked the dice seed so that when Raticate levels, it's going to roll a double, and he has agreed he will give it claw, not block. That's the deal.
yes. Okay. Okay, that
But
seems
apart
reasonable.
from that, it's still a really, really terrifying team.
It's still just another Skaven team that, you know.
Two rookie gutter runners, which you kind of are happy about because it's two more chances to roll plus agi or plus move on one of them. You know,
Preferably the
it's
plus movement, because then it's just like
yeah,
one more skill, and it's like, oh, we have an actual one-turner.
exactly.
And then that thing is going to be bolted and blitzed and fouled into oblivion and never die. Because that's just how one-turners work.
Basically, you hide them and hide them well.
Yeah. But, yeah, not much else to say. And now to my favourite boy, Mr. Chubstep and the Dwarfs. Picking up tackle on the Troll Slayer as the second skill. Personally, I would have considered stand firm instead, because it means that when you do surf...
Pile on. Stop being a pussy, it's pile on.
No. I personally would have gone... Quiet, you! I personally would have gone for stand firm because it means that when you do get the opportunities to surf, the counter surf option is very limited, especially at low development teams, because a lot of teams don't consider Juggernaut until much later on, and specifically only really the bash teams. So he'll be able to sideline quite comfortably and stay on the sidelines as long as he wants, and just be annoying. Because you do have 6 pieces with tackle. You do. Oh, he picked up the second runner as well, Beaker. Which is quite nice. But yeah, you do have the 6 Longbeards, all with tackle. Going for another... I mean, it is a tackle mighty blow, but going for tackle on the Troll Slayer, you can survive without tackle until after you've taken stand firm. That's just my personal opinion. I'm sure tackle will work. Tackle just works perfectly fine for that Troll Slayer anyways. 2 mighty blow blitzers. Nothing much really else to say. Just, hang in there, Chubb, and try and grind out as much SPP as you can, and re-roll next season and murder everything.
Up next, we've got Crow Dog and his Witches Be Trippin'.
Where are all the players? Where's the team?
I think Crow Dog maybe had some witches that be tripping so hard that they left the team.
I think that's got to be the case. This is
How tripping were your witches, Crow Dog?
What drugs were they on? Because I want some.
I mean, you take away, it's still a really nice team, that the Witch gone and that, but you look at the Blitzers, Blodge, Mighty Blow there himself, Agi5, which is really nice, Blodge tackle, sidestep, you've got guard there, so it's by no means a dead or damaged team. It's still a very scary team that is, a couple of wee passes away from a couple of lineman levels and has got banks, so it can pick up the Witch again soon.
Yeah, it's just a case of recovery now, because the team is looking very trim.
Yes.
The same goes for the team value as well. Very trim. So just, try and get a recovery game in, see if you can't pick up another Witch. You can live with 1 or 2 lone linemen.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, definitely so, yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Hat Tricks, coached by Berserk. I can only see block on the ball.
So last game, Bully Bullington got the MVP, Dirty Git got 3, and Ironback got 2. So Dirty Git scoring a touchdown there. Ironback, obviously the guard one, getting some SPP. Bull MVP is nice. It's now it can be self-reliable, it can block on its own and everything like that.
Yep.
I feel like I say this every week. It's just trying to get some SPP on those chores. and not hobgoblins, because this is...
We are
if you
pretty
look
much
at-
saying this every week, yes.
I mean, we've now got a movement dodge hobgoblin that is more expensive than a chorf. I love the movement. Don't get me wrong. I love the movement, but it's a lot of TV there. And considering you've only got one guard and we're almost halfway through the season, it is a case of you need to start getting some SPP on these chores really quickly.
You really do have to start handing off to the Chorf blockers.
Berserk knows what he's doing. It's more of a... You'll probably not notice it so much this season, but next season, when you start coming up against teams that do have a lot of guards, you'll find yourself underdeveloped.
And in a lot of problems.
But it's a Chorf team. We like to see them die.
Yeah. We do inevitably like to see Chorf teams just collapse.
But Berserk just needs to keep what he's doing, and that's winning games.
Yeah, pretty much. As long as he can get, a couple of levels on those Chorf blockers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up next, your favourite team with the greatest player in the division.
I keep coming back to this team every week and just growling and being generally annoyed at the fact that this team still exists. Jean-Claude Devellier picking up tackle, I believe, on the Mighty Blow block blitzer. Block guard blitzer, yeah, picking up another blitzer. I mean, to be honest, it's just another Kislev team in early development. It's just being
OP Bear.
Apparently the Bear is OP, winning you games.
He's scored 3 touchdowns. So he's had the Bear for 3 games, and he's scored 3-1, 3-0, 4-1. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, fair enough. So apparently the Bear is winning you the games, Razzle. So apparently just keep it if you want to keep winning games. If you don't want to win games, of course, just fire it. But it'll also piss off Nugget. So thinking about it, just fire the Bear. And just have your team collapse, please.
Bear OP.
Bear OP.
Right. Up next, we've got Ramhard and The Blessed Ones.
Did you call it with a Mighty Blow? He took block.
Sure, yeah. But he does have Mighty Blow Claw and no block. But I just keep saying Mortarion and thinking, it's possibly a good idea to replace him.
For the time being, I believe you can live with a Movement 4 Chaos Warrior. You just want to avoid him getting a lot of SPP and getting development. So
I would replace him now, because you can get him to, you know what I mean, you've got half the season to get him back, and you know what I mean, it's sooner you get rid of him, because you don't want him picking up MVPs either.
You do have the Apo as well, so I would have to agree and say that dropping Mortarion and hiring a rookie one is, I would heavily consider it at this point in time, because it getting more SPP and more development is just a waste when it's movement 4. Even if it were to get Claw Pom, it's a movement 4 Claw Pommer. It's basically just a Chorf.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, it's just another Chaos team doing what Chaos do.
Murder, death, kill, murder, death, kill. Don't give Claw Pom block,
Yeah.
Good old Chaos.
Good old Chaos.
Up next, we've got Hippie and his 3rd War Dancer within 6 weeks. We'll see if Roxy Delight the 3rd can at least last 1 game.
Fingers crossed.
Magic Mike the Tree, just MNG at least, so no damage there. Apart from that, Hippie kind of would like the War Dancers to live so that he can maybe pick himself up a 3rd reroll.
Having to constantly replace players all the time must be really annoying, because you're constantly looking at that 3rd reroll thinking, I wish you were here with me.
Yeah.
Just as you probably do with all these strippers as well.
Yeah, definitely so. But just like to see Hippie get a couple of games where his team doesn't implode. So fingers crossed for you next week, Hippie, that you can maybe at least have both War Dancers live through it.
Yeah, hopefully. Where have we gotten to? Hold on. Stuff is happening, everyone. Finally, we have the Dead Poles, Demure Nichols team. Nothing happened here. I don't see anything new. It's the same team we looked at last week, except William Kilberforce has an armor bust. But it's just a zombie, so who cares?
It's yeah. I just keep seeing that RG4 white and just keep shuddering.
Me too. Me too. But hey, at least it's not a Hail Mary pass ghoul like I've seen and played against.
Yeah, yeah. It's a really nice team. Yeah, it's a really nice team. It's a case of, you know what I mean. Ideally, you want to get Napoleon a couple of more casualties or a cheeky handoff to get him up to block and so he can take care of himself. But it's just a necro team doing what it needs to do, and that's just getting some development on it.
Yep, until it just becomes scary, really.
Yeah, scarier because it's already got Mighty Blow Claw.
This team is plenty scary already. It's
Yeah,
just it needs to get scarier.
Scarier. Right. Next week's schedule.
Ooh. We have Bleeding Hippie against Demure Nickel. Ow.
Yeah, we did say that we hoped Hippie would get a game where he could kind of get a nice result. This might not be it.
I don't think this is it, no. I think he might have to look at that. Oh, look, a fourth War Dancer that needs to be replaced.
Yes.
We have Ramhard against Metal, Chaos Chosen against Kemri. I honestly think that Metal could do really well for this one.
I take everything bad about that Mighty Blow Claw Beastman with no block and think it's going to absolutely kill Metal's team. So, woo! Go Ramhard!
It's just a case of anything that can kill Metal's team, do it.
Woo!
We take back anything bad we've ever said about your team as long as you kill Metal's team. Then we're
Zinj
happy.
is allowed to keep 2 rerolls if he kills Metal's team.
Yes.
That's it.
Then we have my least favourite team against our favourite little boy.
Bear OP cannot... You've got the Kleepocrats will go unbeaten with the bear.
Okay, you're calling it now. I honestly think Hummer might actually win this, despite the bear having the prehensile tail.
Bear OP. Bear OP.
Yeah, just let him have his fit. He hasn't taken his medication for today. No, despite the prehensile tail being there, I still think that the basing Zons, despite them basing all the damn time, can pull off a nice result for this one. Then we have the Hat Tricks against Fecal Fantasy, Zinj against Berserk. I don't know. I think this the Chorfs have really been on a roll this season.
I think this is where the guard development of the Chorfs could get caught out. I think Zinj is just going to bully them with his warriors and his beast.
It's definitely going to be a case for Berserk to pick his blocks carefully.
Yeah.
And not overcommit to just blocking, but trying to pick out which ones are important and which ones are not important, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely so.
Then we have Pyro TJ's Full Metal's Alchemists against Crow Dog's Witches Be Trippin', where half of them have tripped away.
Yeah, I think this could be a chance for Pyro to kind of get a big result here. You know, obviously the Witches Be Trippin', kind of got to be careful in their games. They've lost a bit of their bite, but could be a chance for Pyro to pick up some points and some nice development.
Hopefully. Or potentially a chance for Crow Dog to have his recuperation game.
Yes, exactly. To get back and then get back into the swing to things.
Then we have Chubstep against Gajais, the Dwarflectric Mayhem against the Delicacies of Doom. This is a nice match, a really nice matchup for the Dwarfs. I know they're Pro Elves Chubstep, and they can do a lot of Pro Elf shenanigans, but they're still AB7. There's only one AB8 piece on the field. So it's just a case of grind them down, force them to score early, and you should be able to take it to a 2-1 and do plenty of damage. Really giving you the SPP that you need badly. And finally, Ambitanique against Ravers. The Revenge of the Ratatars against the Serpents of Inneruk.
Come on, Ambitanique.
Okay, we know where...
Get the Rat Ogre leveled up for the metal game.
Yep, just give it claw. Just get it
That's
claw.
all I care about. That's all I care about.
Yep. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Berserk at a solid lead with 4-1-0. Undefeated Chorfs. Undefeated. Wow. With the lack of development on it, you wouldn't really expect it, but, you know, he's still in the top. Then we have Razzlestorm with 401. Picking up a loss there, but he's had 4 wins since he picked up the bear, so basically confirmation that bear OP.
Yeah.
In third
Somerset
place,
covering well. Abby kind of dropping a bit, needs to get his foot back on the pedal and get some more wins in.
yeah. I mean,
I would think so, but it's a really tight group because you're realistically looking at metal and above as, do you know what I mean, the leading pact.
they're definitely the ones to look out for and the ones that could get into the playoffs, whereas the bottom half, not doing so well.
No, but it's still over half the season to go, so a lot of time to turn it around and get some development going.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And for the final thing, the one you've all been waiting for, your tipping comps. I don't remember if we mentioned it last week, but we have decided to get you something from Austria. Just something nice to make you feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. So in the lead, we have Hummersep with 19 points. Got 4 right this week. So, you have to beat Hummer if you want to get something nice. Pyro taking over from Demure Nickel with 17 points. Demure Nickel with 16. Ambitonique and Razzle on a shared 4th place with 15. Nugget, Barry, and I at 13 points. Zinj at 12. Metal at 10. And Hindus with 6 and Hippie with 3. So, the bottom bitches remain the bottom bitches. And we just do what we always do because we're super fucking lazy and just give the easiest tip possible. So anyways, people, that was it for this week.
Yeah.
It's nice and quick, I suppose. So, in the immortal words of Gerber, stay classy, folks.